sir is.
Yes, ma'am.
Adiraj, don't record right now. Okay. Welcome you all. Good afternoon. On behalf of our AIISSMS College of Engineering and our respected principal, sir, Dr. D.S. Bormane, I welcome you all in today's webinar on intellectual property right. And I also welcome our today's guest speaker, Dr. Madhusudan. Intellectual property right, it's IPR, refer to a legal rights given to the inventor or creator to protect his invention, creation for certain period of time. It is very important, and it is now mandatory by AICT also that you have to take some workshop sessions on IPR. So we have decided that library should take this initiative, and now civil department is also with us. So we have our Dr. Bormane sir, our principal, present here. I request sir to please address the gathering.
Thank you, madam. Good afternoon, one and all. I personally, on behalf of AIISSMS College of Engineering, welcome Dr. Madhusudan Rao for this today's webinar on intellectual property rights. And I congratulate and appreciate Dr. Vishali Dandote, madam, for taking initiative in organizing this activity for the researchers. It's rightly mentioned by her, the AICTI and all other authorities are taking initiatives, and they are motivating colleges to hold this type of activities, because a lot of research work is going on. People are working, but they don't have how to publish the work, where to publish, how to protect, and many innovative ideas are also coming out through this type of research work. So they need some input and some information so that they can protect their innovative ideas and concepts. So definitely today, the researchers, those who are attending this particular webinar, will be benefited and will get idea from Dr. Madhusudan Rao. Just for the information of the Madhusudan Rao and others, AIISSMS, this college started way back in 1992 under the umbrella of AIISSMS Society, which is started way back in 1917 by His Highness Excellence Sriman Sahu Chhatrapati Maharaj of Kolhapur. And we at AIISSMS having 8 undergraduate programs, namely chemical, civil, computer, electrical, electronics, telecommunication, mechanical, and we have 2 industry-oriented programs, that is mechanical sandwich and production sandwich, where students have enough opportunity to work in the industry for entire 1 year out of this 4-year degree programs. So, and that's why they're getting good exposure in the industry and industrial environment. And some of the students are getting absorbed in the same industries, and they're continuing their job after the internship also. That is the specialty of this particular programs. We have PG programs also, and research programs in chemical, mechanical, and computer engineering. And because of PG and research, a lot of research activities are going on. Students and teachers are jointly working and doing research. Some good qualitative research is taking place, and many of them are, of course, publishing this research outcome in reputed journals and conferences and various platforms. But it can be converted in a patentable or in a patents or in a copyright. So for that, some guidance is required, and this particular activity definitely will focus on what are the steps for protecting the concept, protecting the ideas, or protecting their works, and how to protect, and what are the steps that need to be addressed, and that will be helpful, and which concept, which ideas to be patented or which is to be copyright. And there are various patents, Indian patent, US patent, Australian patents. Each area is having different rules and regulations. As far as India is concerned, I think for software, there is no patent provision as far as my knowledge is concerned. Whereas same can be possible in Australian as per Australian patent law, because some of our colleagues have taken patent for softwares and processes, whereas what other innovations and setups. Definitely we are getting patents. Some of our students are already filed patents. Some faculties also filed patents. So today, definitely, we're expecting Dr. Madhusan Rao focus on all these aspects. What is copyright? What is trademarks? And all this related concepts. And that will clear and help the researchers to protect their work and publicize their work. And what are the terms and conditions regarding the disclosure of the material before filing patent or during duration of that patent, whether that can be shared or published. Some ambiguities there among the minds of the people. And I really congratulate Dandote Madam and also Civil Department, Dr. V.N. Patil. She is also taking initiative in various activities under this IIC cell, which is under MHRD we are running and various activities we are conducting. So once again, I welcome Dr. Madhusudan Rao, and I hope the students or the participants, those are joined, will definitely enjoy and get some good inputs, and there may be a change in their looking towards this IPR and looking towards their research, and there will be some good outcome later on. Thank you and good day.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Now I request Akshata to give introduction of our today's speaker. Akshata.
Yes, ma'am. A very good afternoon, everyone. It is a great honor for me to introduce our guest of the day. Our guest for today's seminar is Dr. Madhusudan Rao. He has a professional work experience of 26 years, that is 12 years overseas and 14 years in India. He is currently working as an assistant professor in Jain University, Bangalore. He has various professional memberships, and professional technical skills. Dr. Madhusudan Rao has various publications like international journals and books. His academic qualifications are BSc, post-graduation in diploma in FTM, post-graduation diploma in IPR, MSc in psychology, MBA, Master of Philosophy, and PhD. It is an honor for us to have you with us, sir, today. Without any delays, I now request Dr. Madhusudan Rao to kindly begin with the session. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to deliver this webinar. Specifically, I have been invited by Dr. Vrushali Dandavate, ma'am, and the IIC convener, Dr. V.N. Patil, and special thanks goes to HOD Civil Engineering, Dr. U.R. Avari, and Principal Dr. B.S. Bormani. With your kind permission, I will start the session. And the session time which you have given 1 hour, it won't be sufficient for all the IPRs which are going to be addressed. And the main aim of this is to give you only awareness. Okay, that's what I have asked. Anyhow, we will get into depth, but time is the constraint. I will go little faster so that to cover most of the things. Your questions can be written on your small piece of notes, and you can ask them at the end so that the flow cannot be disturbed. And even if those are not covered in the question answer session, again, personally, you can mail to me, or you can give the information to concerned department. They will get in touch with me. I will give you the answers, no doubt about it. And thank you for that. Let us get into our subject. So as we are saying, intellectual property rights. So here 3 words are there: intellectual property right. So we have our fundamental rights. So this is known, not going much depth into that. Then property, we have different kinds of property: movable property, immovable property. This is related to intellectual property. This is related to our brain, right? Human mind. So for this thing, this is of the present IPR. Then don't we have this IPRs earlier? Don't we have this mind related knowledge earlier? Are we thinking of present only? And what about the future? These 3 things comes into picture. So from the point of being an Indian, we think of the 3 words. One is invention, other one is discovery, and the third one is innovation. What are the differences? Right? We all know invention is totally, completely new. First time it is coming. And discovery, as you are all being aware and seeing the watching TV's Discovery Channel, which is known, again it is being explained, again it is being known again further. Some of the things, habit and habitats, we might not be being discovered. So existing one only. And the third one is about the in between the discovery to the invention. This is nothing but the innovation. So incremental step to the next level. It may lead to invention or not, but it is an incremental step. These are the basic differences between invention, discovery, and innovation. So for all these things, so let us go little backward. That is, what is India's contribution to the world, and what we are presently, what we were earlier, what we should be in the future. If we know these, our present education will change. Right? Most why we are need to talk about this. The reason is most of the present generation, they feel less competent, but by birth, by our genes, we are the best. How it is, let me show you. These are the you might be already seeing on the screen. These are the resources or sources where I have collected the information. Everybody knows it, but only to awaken you. Right. Okay. The aim is to aware the intellectual property rights in the researchers, faculty, librarians, and student communities. So from the point of researchers, as well as faculty of different fields, then librarians, so specific for them, and the student communities altogether. Now, from the picture, we could able to see, anybody can answer either in the chat box or you open your mics and say, can anybody say what is this? Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. First picture, anybody can recognize what is this?
No, actually.
Sir, may I request you to do this on full screen?
Yeah.
Kindly press
Okay.
F5
Very good.
slide.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
So that it will be full on the screen.
Right, man.
Yes, please. Okay.
Not much time. What was that? Can you at least recollect? You all know. Only
Yes,
brushing.
I
Yeah.
appeal participants to interact with sir. Sir is asking question. That's interesting.
Sir, Varaha avatar of Vishnu.
Exactly. Best. Congrats. Thank you. So it is nothing but Varaha Avatara, that is wild boar lifting one. What is this?
Earth.
What it is lifting? The land, right?
Oh, yeah.
In our words, we call it as in our language, either it is Bhugol. So Bhu is land, Gol is circle, round shape. But Galileo also predicted that, and he has told, but his tongue has been cut according to the history, some religious things. So we have predicted much earlier to that. It means we have the knowledge long ago. Simple one example. Right? And the second, here down, there is another ship is there. Anybody can say from another religion? Anyone, if it is from Christians, they can easily identify, easily. Or else, one who has read Vishnu Purana, they can also identify.
Adam and Eve, they are giving answer.
No, this is Noah, N-O-A-H in the Christianity, in our language, Nav. So at the end of the Yuga, this Nav will come and they will pick the best out of the world. So whoever is best creation, that will take all the good things, and so that in the next period, again, those can regenerate. So in every religion, those are there. There are several synonymous things available all over in all religions. We will discuss that a little later. Then here there is another one book which you can see on the road of every towns and districts also. Kairos Numerology and Astrology. Anybody has read the foreword of it? Yes. Okay, no problem. In this book, the foreword is clearly states the astrology or numerology can be practiced within the four walls of the church, but not outside. This has been enacted in the British Parliament twice. It is printed. You can check in the on the roads. You will find 25 rupees book. So it means the good things can be practiced for their development, not for the society. So this is what practiced by the Britishers. Why I am claiming this now? Another side by there is one more short clip is there. So he is okay, Macaulay, right? Lord Macaulay. He has traveled all over India in the British era. Then he has already clearly told, I have not seen any person who is a beggar and and they have got such a wealth. I have not seen this any place, and they are having high moral values and high caliber that I do not think we would ever conquer this country unless we break the backbone of this nation. What is the backbone? Spiritual and heritage, cultural heritage. So he has proposed ancient education system to be replaced with their thinking. Now we are following that system only. So we have to think again. I am not saying we should not follow that 100%. At the same time, let us not forget our own cultural and heritage things. We let us use them and use the present system also, and let us excel. And we bridge the gap between the Westerners as well as the ourselves. This is the main motive. So here he has used what for he told. If the Indians think that all that is foreign and English is good and greater than their own, they will lose their self-esteem and their native culture, and they will become what we want them, a truly dominated nation. This is 1835. This published in British Parliament on 2nd February. So this is the reference. So like this, there are several things. Now we come to what is one simple example. 1, 2 I will give, not more than that, because n number of things are there compared to different religions. If we take Ramayana, right? Rama will fly from the Sri Lanka to Ayodhya on Pushpaka Vimana, which will have 2 wings. This is known. We read it as a story. Then similarly, you can also see in Islam, Muhammad has traveled. Okay, it is written in the Hadith, not in the Quran. In the Hadith, he has traveled from one place to Makkah on an animal shaped and with human face, which has 2 wings, like similarity like our Kamadhin. So he has traveled from this to that place, right? That also has the wings. And even in the Christianity, you can see there will be angels which will hover around to pass on the message, right? So the angels also will have the wings. So this is of religious things. Then what is the implication to present? We are seeing the aeroplanes with the wings. So there are so many similarities. Like this, there are n number of things. We should not go much depth because time is short. Okay. Now, then afterwards, colonials loot of India and Ethiopia. Why I am mentioning an African country? Because it is also as big as India. It is also having cultural heritage and values. And according to the latest figures, latest means it's around 2000 figure, Britain stole around $45 trillion from India, along with our culture as well as heritage. So many things still, even though we have asked them, they did not give and they will not give, they refuse. But today also, when the specifically Jallianwala Bagh incident comes on that day, the prime ministers will come, they will show their crocodile tears. At the end of the day, they will show on the table the trade card. So still they want. And recently, when in the Kerala, the treasure has been invented, okay, has been known. After seeing that, still they felt why we could not take it out. So this is from India. This is official figures. Unofficial figures, several are going on even now also. How that I will show you little after 1 minute. Then here Ethiopia, we have seen this is the first skeleton of the world. Okay, this has been taken by US. They brought back Ethiopia and African country. Then similarly here one more like stupa. Okay, in our terminology. So this has been broken down into 3 pieces. They have carried to Italy through nut and bolts. They erected there. Again, it has been brought back. And similarly, this is like our crown. This has been brought back. When they could bring, why can't we? Where is the fun? You can think. Then this is of that. Then if you see yesterday's newspaper, India Today, according to this newspaper, Indians, yeah, around 20, in the Indian rupees, 20,700 crores, which is the highest in the last 13 years. In the Swiss bank, they have kept. And Swiss government, Swiss bank has declared it. In the 2019, it was 899 millions in the Swiss francs, or in Indian rupees, 6,625 crores. So now also same is going on. Whether can we say it as a loot or what another word? Then this is of one thing. Then the question of inventions and all those things, if you see, initially India was the only country which was producing the mercury. And as the science students, BTech and all engineering backgrounds, you can understand specifically the terminologies and all, condensation and all those things. So only India could do it. At that time, we were exporting to all over the world. And where it was produced in the tribal area people, in the forest they were doing it. How they could do it? It is only because of the meditational powers. Those people could travel in the time and they found out and how they did it. Then afterwards, that has been taken from us by the Chinese. After the Chinese, again from there, it has been taken by the Britishers. Now all over the world, the technology is available. This is one example I am giving. Okay. Now we move on to other. Where our technologies. Now, if you see the iron pillar in the Delhi, okay, which was constructed in the Chandragupta period 2, which is near to the Delhi, height is around 7.21 meters, and it is dedicated to Vishnu, iron pillar. Similarly, even in the Karnataka, even in the Madhya Pradesh, those are there. Even in Kollur, it is Karnataka. Even in Madhya Pradesh, is also Mehrauli in the Madhya Pradesh, Delhi, as well as Dhar in the Madhya Pradesh. So always there is heavy rain. 750 centimeters of rain will take 6 to 8 months per year. Still, those are not rusted even now. But whereas what spoons we are getting or any other steel which is getting rusted, if you keep it in the achar or something, within 3-4 days. Now you can understand whose technology is much better. Then there were several these things, but later on, now these are the famous people who have changed the world. Right? Jagadish Chandra Bose and all these people, you know all these people, right? Their inventions, some people have patented it, some people have not patented, because India's focus is always Vasudhaika Kutumbam. Everybody has to live, not for our own sake. That was the idea. And these people have changed the world science, which has been acclaimed as well as accepted by the Westerners. Even some of the things still not explained even today. Some of the things, maybe Srinivasa Ramanujan and some other people. Okay, so this is regarding to our inventions. So then how do we come to the present? Then management is required. So in the management, I divided man, age, men, and T. So man, first word. So I will take it as gender, men, women, as well as a third gender. Then age. minors, majors, seniors, super senior citizens, right? Then again, men word has come. I will take it as a resource. It can be of 4M, as you say, right? The production management or materials management or human resource management, financial management. Then last one is T. It has been little changed in my thinking. That earlier it was only tactical. Now I have made it as techno-tactical. So to manage the things, manage the different age people, manage the different gender people, manage the different specialization people, one needs to be as a manager, maybe a factory manager, maybe a home manager, maybe a country manager. Then should be technically sound as well as tactical. So for all these things, you will get a part of it is MIS, as you know, Management Information System. Right? In this one, different divisions are there, we know. So how we will get? Here we are seeing different god and goddesses as well as Rakshasas. Right? So 5 heads, more hands, several heads, more hands, here several heads. Maybe Ravana, you can say, we know, some people know even better than that. Sastra, Kartavira Arjuna, and the Sastra Kanta, not only Dashakanta, Sastra Kanta. So why these? Recently, we have studied in our intermediate English syllabus, Edward de Bono's 6 thinking heads. Right? So what does it mean? Why the more heads and more different kinds of ammunition? Why more hands? So we have to use each and every instrument here resembles to different kinds of knowledge. It may be a computer, it can be a laptop, it can be a palm top, it can be any technological knowledge, maybe Python or some other things. So we cannot use all the things for all the outputs. So depend upon the need, depend upon the opponent, you have to use that kind of instrument. And the more number of heads, more different way of thinking. Right? For the same question, multiple thinking, so the decision making will be much more better. So it does not mean only God and goddesses have, even the other people also they have. So all were thinking in a similar way. So now how we have to think? This is the management process. Okay. Now in this webinar, we will have, these are the questions, what are the types and all those things, and how to organizations has to develop and protect them, what government will do, and any cases to be discussed, what the future and subsequents. Now, the real topic we are entering, by the picture we are seeing, all I was asked was, can I patent my copyrighted trademark? So patent is there, copyright is there, trademark is there. So question is wrong. So now we are entering the field. Right. What is IP is creation of human mind. I will not read out more because shortage of time. So creation of the human mind. So creation has value for that property which needs to be protected. If not, somebody will take. Right? So here it can be of utilization, it can be of related to manufacturing or distributing, anything. Right? So this is called patent. So in this one specifically, we are talking nationally, internationally. So India became to be in the international proclaimed. So we have joined the UN World Trade Organization. So earlier it was GATT, now it is World Trade WTO. So in that one part is TRIPS, according to Uruguay round agreement. Technologically, these all might not be required for you, but still according to TRIPS, because you are engineering people. So in this one, they have discussed India is in the priority watch list of USA. They will always watch, naturally being a developed country, so that we should not overtake. Right. So now the amount of novelty, originality has to get the protection, and for certain period, not for whole life, because they should not take the steel or take whole economy into their hands. But at the same time, they have worked hard. They should have monopoly for some period. That's the reason they have decided for certain period. So earlier there were before the WTO Act and all, in this one, in the TRIPS, there were different, geographically different countries were having different periods. It was ranging from the 5 years to 7 years, then 10 years, then 14 years. Now India has taken, and other countries also, they have taken 20 years as the standard for the product patents. So there are different patents. We'll discuss. So overall, rights under the patent law for the right to manufacture, right to distribute, while the rights under the copyright extend to right of distribution and publication. What are those? We will come to know. So here, according to our Constitution 44th Amendment, I'm jumping because this is related to other country. We require of our country. So according to that, property made a legal right under the Article 300A, right to property. No person shall be deprived of his property saved by the authority of law. So now intellectual property has been divided into around 8 points. Here you are seeing 7 only. This was old. I have added another one also. Okay. So that is, one is industrial property. Another one is copyright and related rights. So under the industrial rights, one is industrial designs, the Designs Act. Okay. This is Patent Act. Then Trademarks and Services Marks Act. Trade Secret, no act. Geographical indications. Layout of semiconductor ICs, as our principal was saying about this. Earlier in other countries it is there, now it is not there. He was saying, yes, this is about that, because these are the recent introductions. Then plant varieties and farmers' rights. These were earlier. And the present one is about the traditional knowledge and biodiversity. These are the latest of the properties. Now we will go through all these things and we will check of all those things. Okay, what is industrial design? Okay, it deals with the features, shapes, patterns. For example, we are having our Coca-Cola bottle, glass bottle, right? The shape is different. So it is easier understandable example. The design is patented so that nobody should manufacture or copy same kind of bottle, right? So this is of shapes, features, patterns, the writing on the Coca-Cola. So this is related. And once it can be registered, some of the things can be registered, some can be non-registered, is also not possible. But if you register, it's much better to file a case and all. Some chart, is there anything? Okay. 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 Now here, when it is registered, you will use R. It indicates the register. There will be registration number. If they can write it or not, it's not a problem. If it is already applied, you can write a patent in application, patent pending, process, like that also it can be written. Specifically, you can see that in the some kind of in the aeroplanes or outside, they will give you the dishes. Okay, backside you can see, even outside also we can see that. Okay. Then regarding the patents, patents can be a monopoly right, either to a person who has invented a new product or a process. So it means it can be product patent, it can be a process patent. Earlier, India is specialized, it was having process patent only. But according to now, the TRIPS, we are also forced to change it to product patent. Of course, it's a loss, but still. So government has to wake up and think. So it is for 20 years under the Indian Patent Acts. So after the expiration of the period, it can be renewed. Okay. Then inventor has to file a patent first. Then he has to make the invention and its a description to the public. So in the filing also, it will come. We will discuss that. So each and every country, he can apply, or he can apply together out of the 150 countries who are the members of TRIPS. Right. So, for example, new drug is developed by Himalaya Drugs for some salary, a group of scientists. So, for whom is the patent will go? It will go to Himalaya Drugs, not for the individual scientist or group of scientists, because they are working for the Himalaya Drugs. Right? Okay. The patent will go to Himalaya Drugs. Right. Now here you are seeing different kinds of designs of bikes, chairs and all those. Here, turmeric is being seen. And the next one is trademark. Again, we will discuss much in depth, but as a initial stage, I am giving you that. So trademark can be of a word, or it can be a name or brand, it can be symbol, or it can be label used by a particular company to create or to differentiate its products with other people. For differentiation, even it can be registered or unregistered also possible. So here you can see trademark registered, TM registered, if they have registered. Then it is validity is for 7 years. It can be renewed every year. So India, according to Trade and Merchandise Act 58, in the 1959, it was enacted. Now, similarly, trade secrets is an intellectual work or a product of a business purpose that can be classified belonging to the business, not based on the information. So this is not available in the public domain. Specifically, if you are getting into example, you might be, or your family members might be working computer organizations or any business organizations. If they are multinational, generally they will ask for the one written bond. So you will not declare any trade secrets of that organization other than your employment agreement or contract. So this is specialized so that they will have their own secrets, how they will do the business. So it should not be. So it is valid for 3 years. And then geographical indication. So in which area a particular product is from. So it is of origin place. So origin will have its own specialized. Specifically, now you can see here Kolhapur Chappal. It is known Kolhapur, right? And Solapur Chadar, we know, and Nagpur oranges, right? There are several examples because we are from Maharashtra. I am claiming of those things. Okay, it is valid for the 10 years, and it can be of own as an association of persons or organization or by the producers, not independent person, because Kolhapur Chappal can be manufactured by n number of people in that area. Solapur Chadar made by so many. So it will be Solapur Chadar Weavers Association. So they will have the claim. So that if somebody is copying similar kind of thing, they can file a claim. This is geographical indication. And several cases are there, specifically basmati rice, recent means before 10 years. Okay. Basmati rice, Americans, they have made similar kind of basmati rice and they are selling it. Then Indians have shown all the evidences. This is basmati from our age old. We are having this, and it is produced in specifically Sindh River. That is more better quality. Then at the same time, when we are saying Sindh River, Pakistan also came into the picture. We are also part of that geographical indication, but it has been ruled out. It has been given to India because most of the export has been done by India, and they have claimed first. So like this, we have taken back the specifically geographical indication of basmati rice from the US. So like this, there are several examples. Recently, the Balaji Laddu, the Tirupati Laddu is famous for everybody. Everybody likes it. So that has been in the name of Tirupati Laddu in from Madras, Chennai. One sweet shop he has manufactured. He was selling it. Then people have come to know, they have claimed it and they have brought back and they have asked that shop owner, stop selling, stop using the word Tirupati Laddu. You can use another word, but not Tirupati because it's related to geography, the specialty, right? We'll go on to copyright. So it's a negative right. All the things were positive, what we are doing. It's a negative right, which will prevent the appropriation of fruits of human beings' work. Maybe it is related to a medium of expression, tangibility, or maybe derivative work related to the original work, or performing of music or any other things, or displaying of the work, the dramatic, music, choreography, sculpture, several things. So it will prevent the copying of only the expression. And the new things, what I have told, biological diversity in the 21st century, because the earlier ones are already everybody known about it. These things, specifically Sir was saying of semiconductors, ICs, right? So ecosystems and natural habitats, which most of the times maintenance, recovery of viable populations of particular species of their natural surroundings. Big multinational companies are obtaining it. It is called biopiracy, the knowledge of poor developing countries. So it is interrelated to this traditional knowledge. It is a specific set of preserved knowledge through the generations among group of people who are closely connected with the nature. Closely connected with the nature. Who are closely connected? Most of the times, tribal people or villagers who are closely connected with the nature. Right? Examples are neem, turmeric, basmati rice, khadi. All these, why I specifically mentioned those were taken by, patented by other people. We have brought back all those things because by our culture itself, in the heritage itself, khadi, Gandhi has woven, right? We know. Then how can you take basmati rice? Similarly, neem and turmeric, neem indica, turmeric indica, the scientific name itself is like that. So how can you take? So like that, we have brought back so many things. Still, there are so many things are undiscovered. So many people knows about it. Even in India also, some of the people know so many things. They are not giving to even to their own generations. It is even in Guru Parampara. It is there. You can see the examples. Anything has to be earned, not easily given. If it is earned, you will have that power. Take the example of Dronacharya, Arjuna, and Ashwatthama. Ashwatthama did not have the knowledge of retrieving back the Brahmastra. But whereas Arjuna was having that, right? So for his son itself, he did not give the knowledge because teacher understood who is worth and who is not worth. So it has to be all the students. You have to earn that knowledge from the teachers. You are not earning means there is minus point from student side. You are not working, right? So this we have to understand. So here most of the MNCs are coming and they are trying to take away so much knowledge and they are converting into patents. This we have to understand. Simple example, according to present COVID situation, there are 2-3 people in the Andhra Pradesh side as well as in Telangana side, some other people, they have given Ayurvedic medicines. And there was associations of our government as well as some other people, they objected. And by force, those people have given the knowledge in written as well as through the audio video mediums. Still, they are facing the problems. What we are doing, they are saving the people and there are no repercussions. There are no deaths with their treatment. Even with our present Unani treatment, there are deaths also possible, being seen. But still, this is going on. So we have to think of this traditional knowledge. And in India, till now, there is no comprehensive legislation to protect the traditional knowledge. This is the minus point for India. The current intellectual property laws are not sufficient to tackle the issues arising out of the traditional knowledge. So traditional knowledge is always conflict with fundamental concept of intellectual property rights regarding the ownership, regarding the period of production, regarding the industrial application. So specifically industrial application. So we'll talk of these 3 words next. Oh, now which can be registered, which can be unregistered. Patents can be registered, trademarks can be registered, design patent rights also. Here, design rights, it can be unregistered also. Copyright also can be unregistered. So we are writing so many books. Are we registering? No. But it is published automatically. The owner will get registered among instead of the author. Right? Or else even if it is unregistered also, automatically it's coming into public domain. So one will have the right over the opponent. So similarly, common law trademarks, database rights, plant varieties, geographical indications, design of integrated circuits, IC semiconductor. Okay, passing of the trade legislation domain names, specifically our World Wide Web. Oh, now the design, according to design rules, the design refers to features, shape, configuration, pattern, ornamentation, composition of lines, colors, and either in the 2D, two-dimensional, or three-dimensional, or in the both forms. This is Design Act will cover these things, and it is valid for only 10 years, which can be registered renewable for a further another 5 years period, right? And sometimes the right of priority, here another new word has come. If they want to uh, file the case, okay, previous filings of the designs overseas requires filing in India first within the 6 months of an overseas filing. So you can file in the different places also, but it should be filed before in India. We will talk all those. So industrial this thing specifically, okay. In the UK it is for 25 years, but we have not given 10 years only we have. Then regarding the patents, right? This is Thomas Jefferson in 1790. He has been given a legal monopoly for the invention into the market, the recoup development, competition enter the market, designed by this person. Okay. Then patent is a monopoly right, as we know. So whoever is getting the patent being granted, he is called patentee. So according to that, patent means new product or process involving an inventive step. So incremental, it is incremental inventive step capable of industrial application. So it is capable of industrial application. If it is not called a patent. Our act is so tough. That's why TRIPS is putting pressure on India to change according to their need. Still, we have not given, but some things, little change has been happened. As I told you, product patent they have come, but still process patent is also going on. Okay. So in this patent, what will be covered? So grant of revocation of patents. You can, even though patent has been given, you can take back, revocate, and patents which are not patentable, some items. And what is product to patent? Patent period 20 years. And what are the rights and obligations what the patentee will have according to the law, and working of the patent. This is more important for the present time COVID-19. Compulsory licensing and its exceptions from the point of government. Right. It is in India, 20 years is the period from the date of application. Okay. It has been proved, and Supreme Court has given a statement. So for the concerned cases, Vishwanath Prasad Radhesham versus Hindustan Metal Works. So they have given the objective of patent law is encourage what for the patent has been given to encourage the scientific research, new technology, and industrial progress. These three things are required. That's why we are giving you for 20 years patent. In this period, you can own it, you can use it, you can sell it in that period, 20 years. So new inventions can come out of. The price of the monopoly is a non-disclosure. So that is between the buyer and seller. Okay. Right. Here, utility patent, this is a product patent. According to that, for the 20 years, where it can be useful, process, machine, manufacture, composition of matter. We'll come to that in detail. A plant patent in the plant patent for the plant varieties. I have told you in the initially different types of intellectual property rights. Plant patent they are giving for the plant also patent. Okay, here separately we have made it, but we do not have the correct legislation for this. Okay, so it can be including cultivated spores, mutants, hybrids, and newly found seedlings, and tuber propagated plants, or a plant found in the uncultivated state. So this is according to plant patent US. The design patent we have already studied. Okay. Then what is the process patent? This is most asked and most we should know it. So here, if specifically developing countries were having the process patent, we only developed it. Later, other also followed it. But developed countries, they are on the product patent system only. So now, according to TRIPS, we also change it to product, but still process is also going on. So patent is granted for a particular manufacturing process, not for the product itself. It's not only for the product, even the way of manufacturing it. So same product can be manufactured different ways, right? Any other person produce the same product through different process. For those people also it can be given. Why our people have made like this? Because to increase the production so that the knowledge can be differently, so but nobody will have the monopoly over the particular product. So they have made that. So one producer, more than one producer for the same product, he can do it because of the possibility of different processes for manufacturing of the product. So that is what Vasudhaika Kutumbam. Okay. So in this one, in the patent to be invented, what points to be considered? These are 3 points actually. Here 4 also we made it. Okay. One is it should be new product or new process. Okay. Second is non-obviousness. Third one is useful. Fourth one is capable of industrial application. So new product or new process means completely new invention. First time you are doing in the world, right? This is called novelty. Nowhere it should be seen or uttered or being practiced or even predicted. So this comes under the novelty. So non-obvious invention, this is of same area people, they should say whether the invention is creative or not. This is called non-obvious. So it is related to that. Then usefulness, the product, whatever our process you made, whether it is useful for the society or for the industry. Because same product may be used as a substitute or maybe as a byproduct, or maybe using this product they may produce some other product, third product may come out. So usefulness for the society. So beneficial use of mankind. Okay, if the invention cannot be useful, it cannot be patented. So the industrial application comes in. Right. Okay. Exemptions we'll talk later. Okay. So when you are going to do the patent, you have to fully disclose the invention. So whatever you are doing, initially if you are not doing, later also you can do. After certain period, 3 months period, you can be given. You can do the second time also, but overall you have to give. What is the need for the full disclosure? After the 20 years period is over, that becomes public. You cannot ask again for that. So some other people can use that knowledge and they may do some extension or maybe some incremental step they can go for. They can use that. So for that reason, full disclosure of invention is required to the authorities. Then used by the central government. Here the patentee, even though he has exclusive right, central government can take it by giving the permission or without giving even the royalty to the inventor. That depends upon the need of the emergency of the country. So central government can acquire the patent from the patentee or any other person who is having the patent by paying the compensation or not in the public interest emergency related. Now COVID situation is there. Let's talk. Okay. Now we are getting Sputnik from Russia. We are getting from different places, different kinds of vaccines. And it is now emergency for all countries, not only India. Can we take their rights and manufacture here? Suppose if we are not having the capability to manufacture, can we get it manufactured in some other place? Yes, this is called compulsory licensing. In that one, it can be taken by the central government. Already there is an example for that. Canadian government, Trivier. I will read out where it is. I don't know where it is. Okay. So Trivier was the medicine for the AIDS patients. So the country is not able to produce. They are not having in the African country. So what Canadian government has done, they have taken that license, they have given it to another country to manufacture it, and they have exported to them free of cost. So there is already precedent is there. So why can't we utilize that precedent at this moment? Because now in our same remdesivir or any other product being sold even black market also. So now it is the learned people who has to think and act. And restricted use of patented invention. So any other person other than the patentee is permissible. Restricted use of patented invention. For instance, use of the patented invention permissible for research and experimental purpose, or for imparting knowledge or instruction to pupils. So this can be useful without paying or without informing. Okay. If you need a patent, you have invented a product, you can market yourself or sell or to manufacture. How to patents can be protected and inventions. So you believe someone else could sell the product by copying your invention. So that is the reason protection is required. So we are going for. So in the application, you have to give in-depth description of the invention, drawing of the invention, scientific and physical engineering and all, completed declaration for patent application, and a notarized statement from the inventor. Maybe it is not one inventor, maybe group of inventors are employed in some organization, right? That is also possible. Then filing the fee to the patent office. Fees are different. Maybe here application you are doing within one country or multiple countries or all over the world. All over the world means according to TRIPS, 150 countries only there among all these 150 countries. So that depends upon the inventor. So initially, most of the people, they will go for only the first time within that country itself. Later on, they will move on to wherever there is a chance, possibility to sell. Wherever there is chance for their more commercialization, they will go for that country. If it is a bigger countries, MNCs, multinational companies, they will go for other countries. Simple example. Our all our great grandmothers, they have treated us with the similar kind of sugar and all this for ORS, for indigestion and all this. Now it is available not only in India in the pouches at a higher cost all over the world in different flavors. Right? This is an example how the MNCs are doing it. So it is one way legalized robbery. Okay, through the MNCs. So it's a neo-colonialism through MNCs. Right. So you need to, what is the way process? You need to file a disclosure statement establishing date of conception of the idea, who has the right. So if it is a lab is there, if it is any experimental area is there, you need to write down there. Right. And get a 2 years grace period. If you cannot prove it at the same time, if you want to write again, you can do it and you can disclose that. You can get the period within that time you have to give it. If not, after application within that period also, if not giving, that idea is taken off. You will not get that money also back for filing. Then filing a provisional patent. That is what is the, as I told you, first time you are asking for the provisional patent application. Okay, patent is pending, you can say, only good for the 12 months and non-provisional application. Then afterwards, this should be non-provisional application. Provisional application, it will move to non-provisional application. Patent is applied for the period of 2 years. Okay, this is provisional to non-provisional, maybe within the country or multiple countries. If it is multiple countries, there is another option that is called PCT. Okay, PCT application. Full form is PCT. Patent Convention Treaty. Okay. So whoever is doing your patent or your knowledge, somebody stole or somebody is using. So for that, what kind of punishment should be given? So those are called as infringement used by a person other than the patentee or his assignee. Sometimes you may give it to some other person. You may, because you may not move or you may not go around all over the world. So you can depute a person who can take care of your patent, assignee, or you have given license to another company. Okay, those people can work as for your patent. So civil remedies is also possible by filing a suit in the court of competent jurisdiction. Competent jurisdiction is district level and above. For filing, if it is ruling and case, it should be of high court. The plaintiff, on satisfying the court above the infringement, would be entitled to interlocutory injunction or damages or account of profits. So from these three things, maybe all together, or maybe 1, 2 also can be taken from the whoever has copied your these things. Several examples are there. For example, our Bajaj two-wheelers with our TVS, specifically flame bike, if you can recall, because Pune Bajaj is known to you much more. So TVS, they have made the engine, right? So that is of it has been proved at last. It is related to Bajaj, and they have stopped the work. Interlocutory injunction has been given to them. Don't produce the flame bike. Now you are not seeing flame bike, which gives around 110 kilometers average with 1 liter of petrol. The combustion and all. Then after damages they have paid, and from the profits also some percentage outside the court they have paid, which is not disclosed outside. Okay. When the subject matter of the patent is a process for obtaining the product, when it depends upon the owners of the dependent to prove the process used by him is different from the, if somebody want to show whatever I have used is different from you, they can show it, prove it. If they can prove, it's okay. If not, it can be infringed. Right. Okay. Right. Here, compulsory license we have asked about. So at any time after the expiration of period of 3 years from the date of grant of patent, the controller of patents, if he is satisfied the reasonable requirements of the public with respect to patent invention have not been satisfied, or the patent invention is not worked in the territory of India, or patent invention is not available to the public at a reasonably affordable price, so they may grant a license to an applicant upon such terms as he may deem fit. He or she, that depends, that is a control of patent. So according to section 84, in such cases, patent is exclusive right to use limited to only for 3 years, only for short time, because you have to overcome the problem. Now COVID situation is there. It will not go down more than 3 years or 5 years, right? So maximum of that period, they can cover that. Compulsory license can be, government can take action. So how a patent will be there, they have mentioned here, is that regarding the aeroplane and all. US. Okay. Then we will go for the
Sir,
how yeah, please.
yeah, just time being, that's why, because we have to take some question answers also.
Okay, only I have given out patent only. Trademarks is there, copyright is there.
Yeah, I know time is very less.
Oh, okay, you can ask me. No problem.
No. So you just finished and
okay, I will make it shorter and I will make
yeah.
Yeah.
And then we can take question answers at the end, and
Right.
then also it will take some time.
Right.
Okay,
I will do it first. Okay. Now regarding the trademark. So here you are seeing Coca-Cola bottle has been shown. Name, how they have written Coca-Cola, logo type. Okay, Coca-Cola itself. Then it can be of Nike. Here you are seeing the arrow, right mark. Then symbol, this is related to McDowell's. Then slogan, I am loving it. Shape of the bottle, the color of the orange color of orange. So these are the trademarks we can be registered or not. Here I am giving different definitions of it. According to 1999 Act, trademarks distinguish goods and services. Either it may be graphically, or it can be of a shape of goods, or their packaging, or combination of different colors. So mark means it can be a device, it can be a brand. So again, brand is different. Here I am giving you the heading, label, ticket, name, signature, word, letter, numeral, shape of the goods, packaging, and combination of colors. Or it can be a mix of this. So now, how it is different from the brand and the trademark? Brand refers to, in this one only you can see name, has been given, term, particular word maybe, right? The sign and symbol as the design or combination of them to identify from one product to other product, maybe of same organization or maybe outsiders, competitors, most of the time outsiders. So McDonald's for restaurants, cycle brand for agarbattis, two different kinds of agarbattis. Brand name is a part of brand. So brand name is part of brand. Then brand mark is also part of the brand. So sometimes the name may be given, sometimes the mark may be given. It can be of utterable or non-utterable, or it can be a symbol, it can be design or distinctive color or lettering. Brand marking. Okay. So for example, right signal, we have brand mark. Okay, that can be used as a trademark. And the device, pictorial graphics, animals, birds, landscapes, buildings, and all devices. And letters like IBM, General Motors, LB, 3M. So they can show the different kinds of marks, like Toyota, the design, or maybe a Mercedes Benz. Okay, so those can be trademarks, can be used for again the as a brand mark together also, right? Here it can be of numerals, it can be of symbols. Numerals, for example, 555 cigarettes, or 501 is a soap. Okay, now you are not finding, but earlier our parents were using it. It can be used for salt water as well as sweet water, and there are some other soaps also in other parts of the world, which can be used for bathing as well as for washing. Okay, will depend upon their economy. Then symbols like BMW, Maruti, Benz, and all, the visual depiction of the company. Then labels and tickets related to devices and words, usually painted on the paper or attached to the goods themselves. Labels and tickets. Name, surname or personal name. Even ourselves, we can have our own trademark. That itself is our own brand name. If you are doing good in your particular profession, you yourself is a brand, right? Color, different colors you can mix it. Color combinations of, for example, drugs. For example, you are taking a BP or sugar tablet. On top, one color will be there, down another color will be there, right? So they want to distinguish their company product like that. Then sound also can be trademark. For example, MGM pictures, the lion will roar from one side to other side, right to left, it will move. So that itself is trademark for that company. Then the Tarzan L has been by Edgar Rice Burroughs organization. Then smell, specifically our tennis ball, it will have the smell of the fresh cut grass. Okay. Then similarly, tires related to Sumitomo tires, they will have smell reminiscent of roses. So like this, you can find the different kinds of this. Then the trademarks can be collectively, it can be made. So those are collective marks. For example, goods and services association of persons, not being partnership. Collective marks, CAs. Okay, services also can be energy, boarding, lodging, entertainment, construction. They have collectively, they can do the service, they can have their own trademark. And certification trademark. Certification is like ISO 9000 system or 14,000 system. There is a certification trademark. Or wool mark on our garments. Okay, trademark and service mark can be used before the registration also, one can use. It can be registered, it can be unregistered. Okay, the registration is for the 10 years. As you know, after 10 years, you can further renew it. If you are not renewing it, the trademark can be removed and another person can use it also, provided they have to inform to the patent office, because it's unrenewed. So I am going to use it. It can be refused based on the different kinds of registrations can be refused. Descriptive marks, generic marks, marks divided of distinctive character. On this basis, your registration can be cancelled. Okay, and specifically now different words. For example, now earlier whatever has been registered, those are as it is running, but the new ones you cannot make it. According to this act, emblems and names, Prevention of Improper Use Act 1950. For example, now quality. So QUALITY, you cannot register because it's a common word. right? You have to use that quality ice creams, KWALITY, right? Different, right? So like this, you can change these things, and you can use. If refusals are there, you need to change. Then acquisition of trademark is known suit for the here also you can suit if somebody is copying yours, specifically in the Madras Sri Kumaran silks. Sri Kumaran silks, they have copied of others, then they have got infringement also. So IB appellate board and our district court, that is the lowest where you can apply for that if somebody is copying yours. So these are the different kinds of trademarks as well as registered marks. So here law group service mark, right? Strategic solutions service mark, right? Okay. So what punishment you will get is infringement one. In this one, counterfeiting, if they are intentionally, deliberately they are copying your mark, and then dilution. So to hamper your reputation of your particular brand, to make confusion in the public, if they are diluting that, that also is a wrong practice. Then offenses include falsifying, falsely applying trademarks. Okay, trade description are punishable by the imprisonment or fine. Okay, trade secrets, as I told you in the earlier only, employment contracts and tight security, they will do it. Okay. Okay, geographical indication we discussed, Nagpur oranges and all those things, Tirupati Laddu, Solapur Chadar and all. Then GI is also, GI is the design of particular area, particular design as well as geographical location. Both will come here. Okay. Here also infringement is there, layout of design, semiconductors. Okay. Now what sir has asked here. Now this is what principal sir was asking. So reproducing, importing, selling and distribution of ICs. Okay, layout, commercial purposes. IC means integrated circuits. Okay, only constitutes infringement. A person when he creates another layout on the basis of scientific evaluation, and it is not evaluation of the registered patient, then shall not be causing any infringement. If they are doing development of it, it is not called infringement. For example, they have made typically 1 centimeter, here 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter. Somebody has made it 1.5 and 2.5, right? 1.5, 2.5 they made. The internal design they have changed. Okay, it is not called infringement. It is a further improvement. Right? It is not same. Only size doesn't matter. Specifically, the internal performance. So this is the design is not exploited commercially for more than 2 years from the date of registration. It is treated as, even though you are not exploiting, it is treated as commercially exploited. It is treated, and the period is only for 10 years from the point of these things. Okay. Then plant varieties. This is, we do not have the laws and all perfectly, but still. So here there are 2 types of laws are enacted here. Specifically in the USA they made, we do not have Plant Patent Act. We have seen earlier also Plant Patent Act, PPA. Other one is Plant Variety Protection Act. So in the Plant Patent Act, it is asexually produces any distinct or new variety of plant, including cultivated spores, mutant and hybrids or seedlings. So that is asexually. And the second one is PVPA, Plant Variety Protection Act. That is sexually produced plant varieties and other things. These are the differences. Then best example is India. Indian BT brinjal is a new variety of plant. Indian scientists have made and we are doing. And recently, Chinese, and they are selling different kinds of mustard seeds and so many, even the rice varieties and different things they are selling. So those are not acceptable by our Indian government, because those are going to, initially they are going to good yield, but later on those are taking off the land's fertility. Hence, the farmer is getting cheated. After 3 years, nothing can be grown over there. Land is becoming unfertile. Okay. Then this is specifically copyright. Most of the time for the researchers it is useful, as well as for our librarians also more useful. So copyright, to the point will go because time is short. So it is for the 60, right? Copyright is to encourage the authors, composers, the artists for creative original works by rewarding them the exclusive right for a specific period to reproduce the works for publishing and selling them to public. So this is copyright, which is a negative right. It is a bundle of rights. It's not one right. It is a bundle of rights. Okay. What are those? For example, you are producing a book. So you are writing a book. That is your literate knowledge of the particular subject. But maybe in that one, pictures or design, way of writing it, or maybe the page alignments. Right. So several things are mixed in this one, copyright. Okay. So here several things comes under the copyright. Here it can be of literary, dramatic, musical, artistic, cinematographic, films, sound recordings. Here all those are being explained in much depth because time is short. That is the reason. Okay. So the word original does not mean here the work must be expression of original thought. It means only the work must not be copied from another work, that it should be originated from the same author. You can, same idea, you can take it, but you can express in your own ideas. For example, in our PhD researches, we give the review of literature. Right? You write in your own understanding, in your own way. So that is also accepted. This is also acceptable. So the work is first published in India. Here, Copyright Act from India, and it should be first published outside the India if it is there. The author of the date of publication must be citizen of India, and publication was made after the death if it is. Okay. The author must, for example, now our most of the journals, ABDC and all journals, articles. So they will be published maybe after 1 year, after 2 years. So at that time, by suppose we think negatively here, if a person has dead. So before, when he is applying at the time, was he a citizen of India? That will be taken from the point of India, Indian copyright. In case of unpublished work, the date of making the work is a citizen of India or domiciled in India. This should be considered. So economic rights will be there for that. Specifically, as sir was asking about computer programs. Here, first point A, in case of literary, dramatic, musical work, not being a computer program, it may consist reproduce any material in the form, including the storing of or in any medium by electronic means. That's the reason in the every book you will write copyright. They will write this in any medium of electronic means. To issue copies to the work to the public, I will give you example for this. To perform work in public as well as cinematographic as translation of the work or any adaptation of work. Okay. For example, now in the Bahrain, okay, it is of McGraw-Hill book. So they are not having the copies, colored copies. So institute has made one Xerox machine inside the campus, and persons can Xerox it. But they have taken the permission from the publisher. We are photocopying your work and we are paying you the original amount, whatever you are saying. So they are taking the permission from that. Okay, because multiple use. But whereas as a subject expert, as a teacher, I want the book. So I can take one copy and teach that to several people. That is acceptable. Right? Okay. Then similarly, whereas can we use that kind of thing in India? Same book can be copied. I will give you another example. When I was in Asmara, Eritrea, in 2004 incident, I went to British Council. So at that time, new book that was of emotional intelligence. Right? Emotional intelligence book was available. Then immediately I have taken and I have read it. I have photocopied it. Right? Because it's not available at that time in India. Then immediately I have come down to, after in the summer vacation, I have been to our British Council, Hyderabad. Then I have asked it, sir, Can I see this in the British Council outside? It is there. Why can't we use this link? To my dismay, or to our thinking itself, he did not respond for 2-3 hours. Then afterwards, we went for a tea. Then he has disclosed new things will not come to us. If we come, we can take, digest, extract so many things. We will produce much better than the original author. So that's why we will not give, we will not get that. So still that thinking is there in the organizations. So this is what is the thinking. Now we have to change. Now we ourselves also, so many foreigners, our family members are in abroad. We ask for, did you bring camera? Did you bring cell phone? But anybody has asked, any book you have brought for us? None. Okay. Even in our libraries, if we see so many research related, there are now, for example, for the research, what we will do, questionnaire we will prepare. So several points will come in the questionnaire. So in the, if it is maybe latest ones, which will not be available, questions you have to prepare. But already in the world, there are some scales have been already made by all over the world. Some people have collected them, they have made it. Books being published. Why can't we get that book, keep in one library? And all the research can make our work simpler. We don't think. Okay. Now we are talking of only books writing, right? But there are several ways how that topic can be explained. For simple example, I will give you, which I have observed in the Edexcel UK when I was teaching in Eritrea. Concept is, even you can understand it, engineering people, it is related to break-even point. Everybody can understand. In the break-even point, what will be there? Variable cost, fixed cost, total cost, right? So if you want to find out what is the break-even point for that product, maybe the what price they have to sell and how many units they have to sell. So for this thing, a graphical, because we're all computer literates, India is known for Bangalore and Hyderabad specifically, right? Even the Pune and some other areas. So they can make. So if you lift the in the graph variable cost by 1-2 cents or 1-2 rupees, what will be the effect of it? Or if you may reduce the fixed cost, or if you increase the fixed cost, how much should be the break-even point? We can make it. But are we thinking like that? None. Okay. Okay. Now, right, term of the period. So as I told you, here, for the sake of literary, dramatic, musical, and artistic work, yeah, other than a photograph, lifetime of the author plus 60 years. Lifetime of the authors plus 60 years. That's why we should write the books. Okay, that is what has been made. Our knowledge has been transformed and kept in the our oldest university. Which university? Tanjavur, Nalanda University. Those have been gutted for 3 months. Those were under fire. So our knowledge is gone. The lifetime of the author is gone, and his knowledge, what he has written, is gone. So we are now clueless. Okay. In case of photographs and it is 60 years from the beginning of the calendar of the next following year, first published. Then whereas broadcasters and all, it is until 25 years only. Okay. So this is who will get that. Then copyright ownership. Okay. Same. Okay. Now here we will get sometimes fair dealing. Also will get, specifically when we are writing articles, the concerned journal person will ask for our consent. Okay. Here the fair dealing of the literary, dramatic, musical artist work. So we can copy words continuously. We can copy, but how many? 40 words only. It is not called plagiarism. Turnitin software we used by all over India now. Okay, continuous 3 words up to 40 words you can use. But if there are continuous 3 words, if multiple times is coming, that is also up to 40 words one can use. How to reduce and all? Next question. This is a fair dealing approach. Okay, so while writing the things, they will ask for all this. So it should be lesser than 20%. Some people say, some people higher level of journals like ABDC and all, they will ask for even below 10%. Then if somebody has copied, for example, as I told you, I made the photocopy of that. So I imported from the Africa to India. So is it correct? If I'm for the being a teacher, if I'm using, it's okay in that class. But I'm country to country have changed. That's why in our books they will say for sale in so and so countries only they will write, not fully. Okay. So from the point of management side, almost we are 35 years backward to Western countries' management philosophies. So now the COVID situation has come. We have to upgrade ourselves. We have to bridge the gap by learning all these things. So don't waste the time. So the remedies can be, if they are doing according to that, so it can be filed infringement, copyright they can do, administrative remedies before the register of the copyright, or civil remedies, injunction or compensation or recovery of the infringed copies. So already in the market, how you will get? So if you have the list, you will get. If not, you will not. So this is the problem. That's why most of the foreign publications won't come to India. Recovery of infringed copies will become problem. And it's India is a large country, a bigger country. Finding out the people who has copied is a very difficult. Even the pirated cinemas you can observe. Right? Criminal remedies can be done before the metropolitan magistrate, and all remedies can be availed simultaneously. Also can be done. Okay. Now one examples I will give you. A student in the university, US university, he found guilty and ordered to pay 4 businesses hefty damage of around 675,000 of US dollars because he infringed intellectual property rights after illegally downloading songs from the internet and sharing with others. Right. So this is that case here. Reference is being given. So what for he has made according to federal law, 30 songs he has downloaded as well as he has shared with the friends. So that is original cost is around 750,000 to $30,000 for each song. So based on this, the damages may be up to 150,000. So altogether, he has been in the Minnesota. Everything he has made around US $1 1 million, but damage has been asked to this much. Okay, that is another woman also did like. So in the Taiwan University also like this. This is related to our research related as well as publications of domestic publishers onto the website, downloading without authorization and consent. Second, there are several cases are there now related to Pfizer's Viagra patent. Okay, so we know about this. Then after pharmaceutical trademark related to the, if we click, everything will come interim arrangement in the Sun Pharmaceuticals. Then similarly, Novartis case. Okay, similarly, then Glivec, another. Then Basmati rice. There are several cases like this. Okay, now based on this, our Indian government has well thought. These are the present think tanks on the intellectual property rights. Those are Prabha Sridevan, who was the chairman, former chairman for IP Appellate Board. It's already 130, right? Oh, 330. Oh. So who has laid around 2012 figured of 50 most influential persons in the worldwide IPR. So she has became the chairman for that. Then Pratibha Singh and Puneet Bhargava, these are things. And Unnat Pandit, Cadila Pharmaceuticals. And because pharmacies are more criteria present with it. Then Asian School of Business, Rajiv Srinivasan from Thiruvananthapuram, and Sabarwal from the retired Deputy Director General from the World Intellectual Property Right Office. Then from this, we can take the world ranking. If we see, if we click, it will come where India is. Hope you are able to see. See where India is by according to 2021. So from 2016 to 2000 March, it has been collected. Where is India's ranking? 22nd. So what is our output? 275 till March in this year. What is the highest? 46,697 USA. So beside China, 6,666. So by this we can understand how much we need to upgrade. In this one, what are our universities and specifically IITs and IISCs. Then afterwards, other national importance places, institutions, other than deemed universities, then private universities. Now you think of all these things, how much we have to develop for this. So now, so this is the short description of this. So I will give you the epilogue. Rome is not built in a day. It needs time, right? Beanie also needs development, but a lot of time has gone now. It takes longer time. We should not take longer time. According to our history, we were the heirs. We have seen the past. Okay. Present local organizations and IP restrictions has proved it, whether our friendly foes I am mentioning, neighbors. Okay. They should not overtake us. So we should work smart. Knowledge is the power. We are in the knowledge economy. So now all the researchers, all the librarians, all the university teachers. So actually the word assistant professor, associate professor, professor, we are saying these are not equivalent to our Indian knowledge. Those are from the Upadhyay to Drashta. There are 6 levels are there. Even if we check our Bloom's taxonomy also, that is not sufficient to teach our Indian thinking and the levels of that. So now we need to awake. Okay, Guru is also lesser than Dust. So we need to reach our levels and we have to research more and we have to IPR it fast. Then only we can become better. Then what India is lacking and what we have to do. In short, I will tell you. Okay. Yeah, I'm taking extra time. Sorry for it. Okay. Is there any shortcut? Okay. Okay. So we have to develop a pool of people. First of all, well-trained HR on the IPRs. Very less. For example, intellectual property. How many institutions are teaching intellectual properties? Very rare. IIT Kharagpur is teaching, or IGNOU is teaching, and some of the private universities are teaching. So IPR's learning is very less. So that has to be improved. That is the reason now governments or universities have thought of it and they are keeping it as a course. But in this course, that is of short-term course they are giving, not full level or not all acts. They are giving most of the time either Trade Act, Trademarks Act, or Patent Act, or Copyright Act, not more than that. So people need, of course, these are more important, but other acts also should be considered. So that is missing. Then who has to teach? Lawyer has to teach. Where are the lawyers? Whether all the lawyers are having IPR knowledge? Definitely not. Right? They are into property rights, they are learning, not intellectual property. So even the lawyers have to be upgraded so that they can teach better way than we management professionals or any other person. Engineering. Then deploy in this one again diplomas, advanced diplomas, postgraduate diplomas, like that they can make. That is missing in India. Then deploying the sufficient facilities, hardware and software are missing. Hardware, software, I can tell you a number of things. Okay. Then creating, I will come to that while searching at the same time. Okay, those are hardware, software is like search facilities as well as databases like STN, Dialog, Epoch, Dolphin, MCOM, Delphion, Micropat. These are the databases available all over the world. We are not having the links also. Only 1-2 links Indian government has. So you can think of that. Then it should be available freely to all the people. That is very difficult question. Even internet is not penetrated to villages. So how can we think of this IPRs? Okay, creating the environment for generation of IPs to the growth of trade and industry and well-being of the society. That is still missing. Okay, fix the targets goals by the industry, academic and industry. For example, now we are the professors. So everyone, according to if you want a hike or if you want something else, you need minimum 2 patents. You should think of. Then target by that automatically we will develop. Then now we are all doctorates, majority of the people, right? From each and every doctorate, what models we have designed. So that can be an innovation. But are we doing that? This is a question mark. Okay, some tax holidays and incentives for evasions. Then registering ancient Indian unregistered IPRs through local panchayats, municipalities. This is being done, not fully. There are several people, like as I told you, traditional knowledge is available in the India, but those are not coming to the books. Of course, there is again hidden point is there. Those are not coming because if they tell, now we are seeing the COVID situation, some of the people who have done. So they are not going to get the benefit. Some other MNCs, again, they will modify it, their formulations, and they will come out with some other drug. So that's why people are not telling. Then improving the trainings for the teachers as well as for the examiners. Now, for example, specifically, this IPRs is good for the engineers, specifically our science graduates. Nagpur is the center for our. There are several free 500 rupees something for 1 day training is being given. And you can get a good government job also as an examiner, as a inspector. So if you clear IPR, PG diploma from some other place, or without that also books are available. If you can understand it, you can become. There are government jobs also, several are available. Yeah, chart message I am seeing. Very, very information. Good to know many new things. Okay. Then lack of career progression. Whoever is already in the field as a inspector or examiner, there is no promotions for them. They are sticking to that only. That's why they are not learning anything. I can give you one example. When I was working with because you are in engineering field, solar panels. In the solar panels, solar panel, the chip, okay, the little brownish, not brownish, bluish, okay, that has to be fixed to the panel. If not, it will move. So one chip has to be fixed with another chip. Another chip like this copper panel, copper strip has to be fixed, right? So when you are doing that copper wire attaching, you will get mercury and all gases. Is not good for the health of the people, but nobody cares, right? In the factories. Then afterwards, it has to be fixed to in the glass. So how it will fix it? So you will get a gel type like our bubble gum type, which is manufactured only most of the time in the German, which I got imported sometimes in my earlier employment. So what governments are doing, practitioner is doing, I do not want to name the organization. Okay, they are importing to cheating the government 2 sheets for 1 panel. But in practice, they are fixing only 1 sheet for 1 panel. Another sheet, they are using it for the local production, which is free. Of course, they are getting huge benefit. So this knowledge, does our examiners or inspectors, central excise people know it? Because they have long back studied those things, right? Those are not up to date with these latest processes. So they are also blind enough, right? So like that, increased library resources are missing. And the Indian government has made one database that is called TKDL. TK means a traditional knowledge directory license. Okay. So they have made, but it is not given to world, our Indian people also. The reason is we know some of the people, they sell the things, to be frank. So they have not been currently no access to certain databases. Okay, these are several things. Whoever has more interest on this, they can see the Nagpur Intellectual Property Office. They can learn so many things, right? Hope you have understood up to some extent. I tried my level best to give you little knowledge, not more. Okay, so I stop here. If you have any doubts, you can ask me.
Okay, thank you, sir. And sorry to disturb you in between.
No problem. No
because
problem.
of the time problem, maybe because
Yeah,
we
I
have
told you.
gave them the only 1 hour time. That's why I asked. But it was really good sessions and lot of people was still there. I was just looking miss from beginning. And if anyone has any questions, you can ask. But due to time limit, we can take 3-4 questions. And if you have more questions, you can contact to me or to sir, so we can give you the answer. I have everybody's email also. So right now, anybody is having any questions? You can just unmute yourself and ask. Okay, sir. Okay, as librarians are there, I only have one question. Suppose
Please.
like in library right now, due to pandemic situations, lot of librarians are, giving full open access books, or sometimes the books which are directly downloaded from websites or scan copies directly to the students, and they are distributing. So is it violence of copyright, or miss what will be
Yeah,
happening?
it is a violence because electronically
Mm.
you are transmitting.
Yeah, because
But if they have registered under the DOAJ open this
yeah,
thing, then
mm-hmm.
no problem.
You know that the links is okay, because links we can give, but right now the people are creating digital libraries, and through platforms directly the books are opening, textbooks and full
Yeah,
text are opening. So that I think that will becomes under copyright only, no?
yeah.
Means that will be okay. Okay, that only my question. Any other questions are there? Okay, I don't think so. So Akshita, or I can say now to Akshita to or ma'am, are you there with them, ma'am?
Ma'am, Omkar is going
Yeah.
to give code of.
Okay. 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 Omkar.
Yes, ma'am. I'm there.
Ma'am, I guess we have a question here.
Yes, please.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I'm Dr. Subramaniam from JBIT College of Engineering. I'm leading in the MBA department, sir.
Please.
This session is really wonderful and most informative. And regarding, I have one question. Recently, this Pepsi food, they filed suit on the farmers in Gujarat, the potato growers.
Yeah.
So in the potato related patent, some violation, they said that, and farmers innocently, they went, even big strike has taken place, and finally it was resolved. But thing is, most of the Indian agriculture, particularly rural areas, they are not aware of all these things. And
Correct.
finally, Pepsi, they filed a suit on the Gujarat farmers. And this type of things, how to overcome in future an agriculture and rural economy like India.
Right. So first one is, that's why the reason awareness has to be created. That is what traditional knowledge as well as plant varieties. These are the latest developments in the IPR Act. So none of the people are having knowledge on this, because everybody is reading only patent, copyright, trademark. Nobody is going for the latest things. So these has to be informed to the people. So more awareness courses has to be created, and those has to be told by concerned organizations like agriculture ministry is there. They have to say. Right. So this kind of, for example, now recently India want to have a trade member partnership with China's RCP or some is there, no? So in that one, they want to take the membership. In the specifically Hyderabad, there was a meeting. So immediately all over the world, the trade associations have come. They have objected for that, because it is going to give all the farmers initially 1-2 years good profit, but later on fertility of the land will be wiped off. So, and they are going to get those not directly to India, because India and China has problem at that time. And they are going to supply through Sri Lanka. They are going to supply through different countries. They want to enter. Now it is stopped. But officially outside it is stopped. But inside, if the politicians are not correct, maybe something can be done. Who knows those internal matters? This is a question mark forever. Because some of the officials are going from one country to other country. What for they are going, nobody is giving the full information. Then regarding the farmers development, okay, those varieties, and that is the reason nowadays organic varieties have come, so that most of the products can be improved upon.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you for
Thank you.
that.
Okay,
Any other
Omkar?
question, please?
Yeah. Okay, I don't think so.
Ma'am, shall I continue?
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Omkar Patil. I deem it a great honor to propose the vote of thanks on the behalf of Library and Civil Department of AIISSMS College of Engineering, and also to extend very hearty gratitude to everyone involved in making this seminar successful, and to grace them for their crucial work. Firstly, I would like to thank our honorable speaker, Dr. Madhusudan Rao, who despite his busy schedule, spared time for us. We are really enlightened with your knowledge and presence, and I am absolutely sure that everyone attending this seminar has been benefited for listening to you and feel motivated and inspired by your work. I would also like to thank our principal, Dr. D.S. Bormani, for his enthusiastic support and guidance. Our head of the department, Dr. U.R. Avari, IIC coordinator, Dr. Vidya Patil, and faculty coordinator, Dandavate ma'am, for allowing such sessions that broaden the perspective of students and also uplifts them. Technical team for hosting the session so smoothly, all the organizing team members for their tireless effort, and I extend my special gratitude to you, respected audience, for your patient listening. Thank you, sir. Now I hand over to Vidya Patil, ma'am. Hello, Vidya ma'am. Are you there?
Vidya ma'am? Okay.
Ma'am, I think she is not there. You
Okay.
please
Okay.
continue, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, then I think I just I want to tell audience, please camera, you can start your camera and we can take one photograph. Participants are requested. Okay, can you take? Omkar, can you take photo?
Ma'am, I am taking.
Okay.
Okay, done.
Okay, thank you. So thank you all for joining this webinar today, and thank you, sir. And I just wanted to tell you that just on my message through LinkedIn, I really not connected to the sir. I was looking for IPR information, and I got sir's presentations, lot of presentation on SlideShare. So I sent him the request on LinkedIn platform, and I just sent him the message that we are in pandemic situation and we want to conduct one session. Can you give us your time? And really, sir, thanks a lot. Just on my single message, you are agree, and this webinar happens. So thank you all. We look forward to be connect with you in futures also. Thank you, sir. Thank you all for joining this session. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Yeah.
Thank you to Vrushali Dandavate, madam, as well as Dr. V.N. Patil, as well as Dr.
Yeah.
U.R. Avari, as well as Dr. D.S. Burmane, sir. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. It is
Yeah.
being an educator, it is my minimum requirement. Whoever asks, we have to share our knowledge.
Yes, yes.
But
yes.
the time is short, so I have
Yes,
cut
yes.
short many things. So I cannot avoid it. Still, I have taken extra time.
Yes,
And
yes. You
you
took
are
lot.
also unable to ask more questions. I would have given more replies. Because
Okay,
being
sir.
an awareness course, I think this is sufficient. But
Yes.
still, we have to go depth because each and every act itself, minimum 3 hours is required.
Yes, yes, I agree, sir. And thank you
Thank you
for
all.
this wonderful session. And for participants, feedback link is given. You can give the feedback and you will get your certificate. So thank you all. And now this program is over. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.